Alrighty, we are back with another update from Steel City, and overall opinions of the game have been polarizing. You have an interesting select few telling everyone to stop complaining, and on the flip side we have the general consensus asking what I believe to be rational questions. Why does Muhammad Ali have an overpowered hook? Why does Sugar Ray Robinson fight like a crab? And how is it that Tyson Fury is able to dart in and out like a lightweight? Well, hopefully those questions will be answered in today's update. But first, let's start with a message from Steel City. This patch contains a range of balance changes including fighter updates, cuts and bruises and more, as well as some bug fixes. Before we jump into the notes for this patch, we want to talk about some of the key areas players are most eager to see updated and that we're focused on ensuring improve over the next few updates. Interesting. Beginning with online stability and cheaters. In our previous content update, we spoke about our work in these areas, our determination to get them right, and how that will take time. While this update contains a small fix that should slightly reduce the number of disconnections online, more work is ongoing in the background, and we continue to roll out new bans for anyone caught cheating in the meantime. We'll continue to update you on our progress on these issues here and in our community channels. So sadly, it looks like we don't have a long-term solution for cheaters. You can only really make assumptions why Steel City are not implementing anti-cheat. But hey, look, they say they're determined to get it right and that they're working in these areas. So as always, I give Steel City benefit of doubt until maybe a week later when I see otherwise, where I end up creating videos like this. Let's move on to gameplay. We've also seen a lot of feedback around what happens inside the ring, particularly around head and body health, stamina balancing, AI and body uppercuts. Over the next few updates, you can expect to see changes made to the health system, adjusted targeting for body uppercuts so that they can't be so easily abused, and AI improvements which will continue to be expanded on throughout the course of early access. So essentially what they've said there is that they've heard our complaints, they don't have solutions as of yet, but they are in the works. Now I know what you guys are thinking, but I'm just going to take the positive from that. And what we can do is hold Steel City accountable for these words in the coming weeks. They go on to say, with stamina usage and other balancing, we have to strike a good balance for both online and offline play, which sometimes necessitates making balance adjustments only alongside other changes, such as improving the AI so that it's more capable of reacting to and maintaining its stamina levels in a way that players can. That being said, this update does contain a small adjustment for stamina, which we'll go over in a second, and you can expect to see further adjustments to stamina throughout the course of early access. Okay. Now, my recommendation to Steel City, and please guys let me know in the comment section if I'm wrong on this, I would think your best bet is to prioritize online play. I get it, you have a roadmap which cites that a campaign is in the works. I would just assume the game will really flourish through its online community. But anywho, let's move on to gameplay changes. Increased base flash knockout chance. Increased the chance of cuts or bruising occurring. That could be a good or bad thing depending if spamming still exists. Increased damage to cuts and bruises. Again, if spamming exists, that's a no-no. Increased stamina usage for power punches. That's easily the best update so far. Increased damage dealt by hooks to the head. Again, if this also applies to the likes of Ali's hook spams, I'm just saying, get ready for a backlash. Increased damage dealt to block health. Again, same applies to what I just said. Next we move on to bug fixes. General improvements to how we handle online connections, vague but cool. Moved counter punch modifier from the speed category to the strength category. Fixed an issue causing the fight select UI continuing to show an overlapping with other areas of the game. Fixed an issue that caused players to sometimes get stuck on the transition screen after being kicked from a custom lobby. Fixed an issue that meant one of Sergio Martinez's traits wasn't correctly displaying the trait description. Fixed multiple issues related to taking a knee, and lots of other general bug fixes. Let's move on to boxer changes. Fighters have gone through another iteration of balance adjustments with stat changes to Ryan Garcia, Josh Taylor, Joe Joyce and 19 other boxers to make them feel more in line with their real life counterparts. Now they haven't given a general idea of what those adjustments are. Just a humble recommendation to Steel City, these are patch notes to where nuanced details should be available to those playing the game. Because let's face it, essentially we are QA testers. They go on to say, please continue to share feedback around whether a boxer in Undisputed feels authentic to their real life counterpart. I mean, to be honest guys, I'm sure you've got enough feedback on the backlog to be dealing with, but sure. I'd say keep your feedback objective and short, because in all honesty, I personally have gone above and beyond to collect feedback to the extent that I created an additional channel called Undisputed Cheaters, which they have a link to, and I have not heard one peep from them. So again, offer your feedback, but just don't go out of your way. Okay, overall, I'm not really sure what to make of this update. To summarize, they state online stability has improved. They don't have a long-term solution for cheaters. How are they catching cheaters? I haven't a clue. But if they're collecting match data, it's not rocket science to see where there are anomalies. And then in regards to gameplay, specifically exploits, this is ridiculously vague. So with that being said, I'll be exploring these updates over the weekend, where I'll be able to let you guys know the good, the bad, and other changes I believe Steel City could make to ensure Undisputed becomes the most successful and realistic and fun boxing game to date. If you guys want to stay updated on the latest news regarding Undisputed, make sure to hit subscribe and let me know what you think of these updates in the comment section below. Have a great weekend, guys, and look out for my next video, which will cover how to counter the alley hook spam. Until then, take care, peace.